Good evening. I am your host, Anderson Cooper, for tonight's presidential debate. Tonight, in our first round, we will be having Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton speak on some controversial topics. I'd like to first introduce Hillary Clinton. Then I would like to introduce Donald Trump.
You know, well, I'm a chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans.
Let's begin the questions. First off, Mr. Trump, do you have respect for all women?
I have respect for women. I have two beautiful daughters, Ivanka and Tiffany. I even love women so much, I've been married 3 different times. I have nothing but consensual respect for women.
Consensual? Okay.
Mr. Trump, do you feel you are modeling appropriate and positive behavior for today's youth?
Indeed, I feel it's very important for young boys in this country to take what's theirs, be persistent, be consistent. Never, ever take no for an answer. Our citizens are meant to go out and get what's theirs. Even if it's morally wrong, probably shouldn't have done it. We never, ever take no for an answer.
You describe kissing women without consent, grabbing their genitals. That is sexual assault. You brag that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
Hold on. This could have been anyone. It was an audio tape. They were obviously out to get me. Look, people, you know me. I have millions of impressionists. You get these million impressionists? How? How? It's because everybody knows who I am. Everybody wants to be like me. It was an audio tape, okay? Alright? There was nothing showing my face. It was just a conversation. And frankly, everybody's out to get me.
Mr. Trump, but this was you.
Wrong.
It was an interview on Access
Wrong.
Hollywood with Billy Bush. What do you have to say about this?
Here. Well, that day, I do remember we went to a Mexican restaurant with Billy Bush. Juan made some god-awful tacos. Don't know where those came from. This Miss Piggy gave us our food. Could have been Rosie O'Donnell for all I know. I do remember the experience, but I definitely did not say those things. It was a normal...
Okay, Mr. Trump. I think that's all we have time for this segment. Hillary, why are you a better choice than your opponent to create jobs and to put money into the pockets of American workers?
Well, you know, Trump's tax plan only benefits the top 1% so much and just, completely bashes on the other middle class people, like my father and myself. Well, my father, he was a small businessman. He was in the drapery business and, all in all, he worked with all these different types of fabrics. He did a really good job and, that's really the economy I want to see again. And for my standings, I was not given money, $1 million to be exact, and like my fellow opponent here, Donald, was given. Your tax return will only help people like yourself. His trickle-down method is pretty trumped up, if you would ask me.
Wrong.
And, well, for that reason, I think my tax returns and I would create more jobs than Donald. I actually had to work for where I am as of now, and I was not born rich. I was not given money from my father, like Trump was.
Wrong.
Life has been against me for a long time, but I've managed to earn my status without the help of constant tweeting and other measures.
Thank you. Now for the closing statement. Hillary, let's start with you.
Listen, America, I know you may hate me, but my drive and character as a person is better than this misogynist over here to my left. I actually like blacks. Obama is one of my homies. All races are my friends.
Wrong.
And I am all for immigrants.
Okay.
As a woman, I strive to change America's perspective on gender. Gender inequality is a huge concern, and unlike Trump, I'd like to address it if I were elected president. Vote for me because I want to be the first female president.
All right, Trump, now what are your closing statements?
Well, I finally agree with Hillary on something. America does hate you, after all. She did found ISIS, and she also was a major role in the
That
9/11.
is not true.
Please, you're a woman, shut up. And once again, gender equality. Do you see here, we have a woman versus a man. You could obviously tell which one is better. I didn't say it, but I know you thought it. Just the same.
I don't think anyone here thought that, but okay.
Really? We've had to watch you screw up the country for what, past 20 years? Anyways, I would just like to say I'm friends with all races. For example, athletes and rappers, my favorites of them happen to be black. My gardener and maids happen to be Mexican. See? Already, right there. Everybody thinks I hate them. I love them. And then I get my toenails and my hair done by a beautiful Vietnamese lady. See? I even called a woman beautiful.
Wow.
And as far as it goes for gender equality, you're forgetting the transgenders. And frankly, screw them. We don't need them. They're not even going to be in our military. So we could just ditch them. I'm surprised you didn't even bring that up. Liberal. Well, see, this is what it's going to come down to. These liberals are changing our country for the worse. They want progression. But is that what we want? I just don't see how she could become a president. And I don't see how anybody could vote for her. But I swear to God, have you seen everything that I come to the table with? It's amazing.
Thank you both. And that concludes our presidential debate for tonight. Good night, America.
Senator Sanders, the closing remarks.